United States Global Service Center, UNGSC. His team focuses on crowdsourcing open geospatial information like OpenStreetMap and street-level imagery in the support of UN peacemaking missions and agencies. We are very pleased to have you here with us. With that, I would like to hand over this session to the Mr. Mikhail Monotani. You can continue. Over to you.
Thank you, Ashal, for the introduction. It's a pleasure to meet all of you from the KU Youthmappers. I am Mikhail Montani, and I work, as Ashal was saying, at the United Nations Global Service Center, which is the logistics base of the United Nations. So here at the UNGSC, what we do is to provide geospatial support to the peacekeeping missions of the UN. To do so, I mean, the logistic base is both doing supply chain, so it's supporting in terms of delivering vehicles, containers, and many other things to the missions. But on the other hand, we are also using geospatial services. So in this case, we do maps. And those maps are based on OpenStreetMap. So what we do is also to produce the data on OpenStreetMap, and this data is used in the maps that we deliver to the peacekeeping mission. I mean, today the idea is to have a training, very practical one, so that we can all learn how to edit on OpenStreetMap. And I will start by showing how to create the account on OpenStreetMap. And then we can see how to contribute to one of the projects of Youthmappers. So let me share my screen. I hope you can see it. Okay, yes, you should see my screen. So
Yes.
the first thing, okay, perfect. Thank you, Ashal. So the first thing when we edit on OpenStreetMap is to create the account to contribute on the database. So OpenStreetMap is like the Wikipedia of the maps. Everybody can create, modify, or delete geospatial information in it, and you have to click sign up here in the website to sign up and create your account. So the first thing to do is to insert your mail. Then you will have to insert your display name. That is your username that will be seen also by other users on OpenStreetMap. And then you have to create a password and to repeat it to confirm it. And then you will sign up. So this process will take some time. So you will receive a confirmation email, and once you receive the confirmation email, you can start mapping as you will have your account. I'm putting in the chat the link to create the user, so that you can create your OpenStreetMap account in case you don't have it. So that is the link to create the account. How many of you still don't have the OpenStreetMap account? Just to understand, like, if I can go ahead or I should wait for somebody to create the account. You can raise your hand, like there is this button with the hand raised so that I can understand who is creating the account. Okay, it seems all of you already have an account. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Brazil. Yes, I took like the suggestion from Ashal to start from the very beginning, as maybe there is somebody that doesn't know how to map on OSM.
I think most of
Okay,
them
very
have
good.
already made the account. I think we
Okay,
can move forward.
okay, perfect. So once you have your account, we can go to the to this website, the Hot Tasking Manager. I guess also this one you should know. So once we enter this website, we can login with our OSM credentials. So here you will have a login button and you can enter the website. So the tasking manager is the platform to coordinate work between volunteers. And in particular, is very important once we do collaborative editing because edit the same area and that can generate conflicts in the database. So the best thing is every volunteer takes a square and they will map on their own square. So to check the projects, you can go on Explore Projects, and you should be able to see Youthmappers projects here in the home page. Otherwise, you can filter. So you can go on more filters, organization. You can search for Youthmappers in the organization. Then you click apply. You will see all the open projects that we have. So as Ashal was telling me, like most of you already contributed on the roads one. That is nice. I see like there is a lot of completion here. I will have to do the validation to see if all the tasks are correctly mapped. But thank you for your contribution. Today we are going to use this project, the villages and barriers. That is the 33369. So this is the ID of the project. And I will share the link in the chat. So in this project, we are going to edit topographic information and specifically those related to residential areas and barriers that are features that let's say that locate human presence basically. So once we enter this page and we are logged in with our OpenStreetMap account, we can click on contribute. And once we click on contribute, we will have access to the instructions of the project. So by reading the instructions, we can see how to map the different features. So the first one is the residential areas. And here, what you have to do is to just draw a polygon, including, as you can see in the example, all the village. So if we see a village on the ground, we have to enclose all the village within a polygon, and then to apply the residential land use residential tag. And we are not interested in mapping buildings, so you can skip those in this mapping session. And then the other feature that we are looking for is the hedges. So these are barriers made by vegetation. They are used to enclose the cattle and tools by local farmers, but they are also showing presence of terrorist groups, for example. So this one is also very important to map. And we map those as polygons as well, without taking into account the intermediate intersections. So we are just mapping them, let's say only the borders and not how they are divided in the middle. That is because it is just important for us to know about their presence rather than how they are divided internally. So the tag in this case is barrier equal to edge. And as you can see, if there are like many barriers, one close to each other, we just map the outer border with a polygon. But okay, so let's start. I guess you all know how to use ID editor, so I will use ID editor for the time being. Um, Feel free to stop me if if you want to tell me something or I have to slow down or I have to speed up. Just let me know even in the chat. Okay, so we once we start, so we click it, contribute in the project, so we can see here the map. I can see somebody already took one task. But the way we work here is just to take one square among the white ones that are those that still have to be mapped, and we will take this area for mapping. So we'll click map selected task, and the editor will bring me to the map to see and to do the mapping. So you see, I will have this pink square. So the pink square is the area in which I am supposed to map. Here I have some details about the task, that is the square that I took. I can hide them by clicking the top right button here called hide sidebar. So I will click this button just to have like more area for the mapping. And I can zoom in to editing. Fortunately, it seems connection is not very good on my side, so it's taking some time to load the imagery. Okay, so just a small recap for the ID editor. So if we want to move the map, we just click with the left button of the mouse, and we can pan the map to move ourselves in the map. And then we can use the mouse wheel to zoom in or zoom out to see better the details. So in order to map, we should anyway have like some sort of zoom. So we have to zoom in to map the features. And I can see, for example, here some barriers, and I will map them. So to map the barriers, I will just click on area. It is this button at the right, at the top. And what I need to do is just to click on to put the vertices of this polygon. So I will click on the imagery to take all the polygons, to make the polygon enclosing all the barriers here. So to close the polygon, what I have to do is just to double click the first vertex that I created. So this one will close, and it is a polygon. But you see that right now it is still a polygon without any tag. So in order to say what this polygon is, we just have to assign a tag. In this case, edge. So by clicking edge, we can map the barrier, and you see that by default the feature will have. I mean, here you can see tags too. You can see the tags that are area equal to yes and barriers equal to edge. We are only interested in this one, so we can remove area equal to yes, because area equal to yes is basically saying that the whole area that we mapped is actually an edge. But in this case, inside is empty. So inside there is actually some middle, and in this middle, people are keeping the cattle typically. So we have to map it only with a barrier equal to edge. So we click on the remove bin, write to area equal to yes to remove the tag, and so we keep only barrier equal to edge. This is the way we map the edges. Let's do another one. So you can see here the edge is in the middle of the wood, so I can clearly see the geometries. I will click all the vertices without caring about the internal intersections of the barrier, and I will click again barrier equal to edge. And importantly, I will remove area equal to yes. So this line, I click on the garbage bin, and it will say that is only a barrier equal to edge without area equal to yes. So let's do it again. Area, I click on area. Then I click with the left button, I put the vertices of the barrier. I double click on the last one that I want to trace so that the polygon is closing. I will click edge again, remove area equal to yes, and I can go on with my marking session. So I can see, if I zoom out, I can see barriers are only there for the time. We need to see whether there are villages. So there is a barrier here as well. I cannot see villages. So for the time being, I will continue mapping those barriers that I can see here. So once I finish, we can see how we can upload the data on OSM. So we'll just speed up a little bit. Just let me know if there is any doubt or any question regarding the mapping. So here I will just trace the vertices. Remove the area equal to yes tag. Okay, so I mapped in that part of the square. I still need to map this one. Those are fairly small hedges, so we are usually interested in those that are much bigger than that, like those ones, for example. My connection is a bit slow. Okay. Okay, just let me scan very quickly if we do have some other barriers or villages to be mapped. No, apparently not. Okay, so in this case, everything is mapped. There are some roads that still have to be fixed, but in this case, I'm not modifying those because we are currently mapping in the project 33369, and this project is only about villages and barriers. So we have to stick to the features that the project is requesting us to edit. So in order to upload the data on OSM, we just click on Save at the top right. You see the tasking manager will automatically compile for us the hashtags of the chain set. So we have here the different hashtags with the different mapping campaigns. So we have Youthmappers, for example, we have UNSOS, but also we do have KU Youthmappers. And also it is very important always to include also a sentence by words, just for other contributors to understand what we did. So we write here added and modified settlements or barriers. There is a warning actually. Line has no tags, so we can see what it about. So there is one road that has been mapped and it has no tags. So that is we can actually fix that. So we will put the tag highway equal to track, so that we can map it as correctly as a road. Otherwise, it will be only a line without any tag. And also, I will put surface equal to unpaved, so that we say that there is no asphalt in this road. Okay. Anyway, this was only was about road mapping. So I just go top right, click on save, and then from here I can click upload to submit my chain set. So once I click upload, all the data that I created will be sent to the OpenStreetMap API. So now the data is on OSM. Whoever is downloading this area on OSM will get also my layers that I just mapped. We still need to do one thing, and specifically we have to say that the task status is completely. So we will click on the button here at the top right to reopen this tab about the task completion, and then we click yes to say that is completely mapped. We can leave a comment, but for this one it's facultative. I mean, you don't have to do it. It's very important to do it once we upload the chain set on OSM, but here is you can also skip it, and you will click submit task, so that the square will become blue in the mapping project. So this task, you see, was mapped by me, and I see there are also 4 other mappers in this project that are currently mapping. And this was about the barriers. We didn't find any village yet, but it's also very important, even if we don't see anything to be mapped, it is very important to put the task as mapped, completely mapped if there are no features inside it, because this will tell other contributors where to focus. Let me just check very quickly the chat to see the questions. So I see a question from Sadiksha Badal. Hi, Michael. I'm using ID editor for the first time and I'm not being able to map since the point line and the area is not working in my task. Is there any changes I need to do to make them work? Okay, so one case in which those are not working is when you are too far away from the area that you have to map. So if you zoom in and you go close to the area that you want to map, you should be able to use those buttons and to create geometries. Let me know if this is the solution. Otherwise, I can try to recreate later on my session. And I see Ashal is also sharing the attendance form for today's. So please fill the record to say that you attended the meeting. Okay. On the other hand, I'm also recording this session. So for those that joined late, I see some people joined right now. You will have all the recording to follow later on. I will share with you after the meeting. Okay, we have another question from Sadiksha. Also, I have been facing a problem using JOSM in Mac. Is there any specific thing you should be done while using JOSM? Okay, so if you're using JOSM, if you're using JOSM, sorry, I will everybody.
अपने बाप के पास जल्दी जो
Okay. Okay, so that is related to when we are downloading JOSM. So when you go to download the JOSM, you typically go to this page, josm.openstreetmap.d wiki download. I will share the link in the chat. And as you can see, there are like several options to download the JOSM. There are those with Mac OS. Specifically, you can download the zip package. But I think the recommended way to download JOSM is using the web start. So you should download this josm.jnlp file. And this is like kind of a virtual machine that works in any operating system. And it's also, it will also help you to download the web start of Java that will help you starting the software. It may be that your version of JOSM that you are trying to download is not stable. So, for example, you see here you can download even the latest version of JOSM, but the latest is not the tested. So the latest is basically the version of the software that developers are actively developing. So there may be issues if you download this version to do your everyday mapping, because this version is not tested, so it may fail in several situations. But if you download the tested version, that is always proven to be working on all operating systems. So, and specifically, if you use the web start, you should not have any problem. So I suggest you to download josm.jnlp in case you want to use JOSM on also on Mac. But I mean, that is what I use to download it, even by using Windows. So that is working for me. I hope this was a good suggestion for you, Sadiksha, so you can try and let me know later if that works. Okay, thank you. I will come back to the mapping project. Let me know if you have any question about the mapping. So today is like very easy task. If you want, I can also go to the roads, or I can continue mapping the villages. Let me know, Ashal, if there is any further request. I see there are people mapping,
They
so we are. Yes, Ashal.
Josham also to map the village or barrier. So we mostly use Josam rather than ID editors.
Wow, that is actually a very good thing. Like uh, I usually show JOSM because sorry, I usually show ID editor to the beginners because that is what people are used to use. But Actually, I can do something on JOSM as well. So let me share my screen. I can open JOSM that is here. So in my instance, I downloaded with the Open Web Start. That is the option that I just recommended. So this will take a little bit to open, so it's not very fast, but it is proven to work with all operating systems. So that is, you see, showing my JOSM. I also do use JOSM every time. Like I personally, I hate ID editor, but I must use it to show the beginners how to edit. But yeah, if you already know JOSM, that is even better. You can just change your editor here in down below in editor, and you can select one task and map the selected task. So if I do this, it will throw all the data on JOSM. So in this case, I am in a very rural area with a lot of shrubs, and I can see the imagery, the data. I mean, I guess you know JOSM. So I pan them up by clicking the right button and moving my mouse. So as you can see, there are like some small traces that are very difficult to see, but you see those are the roads that still have to be mapped. I should focus only on the barriers and the villages in this project, but if you want, I can show you how to map roads. So you see the road here is correctly mapped. So this is highway equal to path. So that is basically small, narrow, no motorized roads that are going in agricultural and forestry areas. So that is a path. And if I want to continue it, I will just click the last vertex. I press A, and then I just continue the geometry, for which I can see the path a little bit. It's going now to the east. And by clicking with the left button, I'm tracing the different vertices. And then I just double click to connect it to the rest of the road network. When mapping roads, it's very important to maintain the topology of the road. So this means the topology means basically that all the roads have to be connected with one another. So it's very difficult to have a road that is starting from nowhere and ending up nowhere. And I can continue drawing the roads as I can see them from the satellite imagery. Usually for roads, we don't have to zoom in much because those are viewable also from very far away. And this one, for example, is a road without any tag. To add the tag, I will click add here in the tags and memberships. So highway equal to path. And I can do again, I can continue the road that is going to the south here. They are very difficult to see, but they are there. Like I can see some paths you see in the middle of the shrubs. You don't have to be like super precise when mapping roads. You can just map them from far away. And well, and actually, I shouldn't even be mapping those in this project, but I'm just showing you how to map roads on JOSM if this is of interest for you. Okay, so for this one, I finished. There is nothing else to be mapped, maybe only this one. Well, this one is really extreme. I wouldn't know whether I should map it or not. It's just highway path, and that's it. One useful thing that I want to show you on JOSM is that you can also query the data that you already mapped and downloaded. So if you do Control F, you can do queries on the data that you already downloaded and mapped. So for example, let's say that I want all the highways. So highway equal to path, but only those that don't have the surface tag, because I want to put the surface tag to all the highways. So in this case, I will just put like exclamation mark. No, sorry, a minus surface. So with this with this search string, I'm searching for all the highway equal to path, so all the highways that don't have the surface tag. So if I search, you see that those roads that I selected, that get selected, don't have the surface tag. They only have narrow. That is actually a tag that I don't know, so I will delete it. So you see highway equal to path, I can click add, and I can put surface equal to unpaved. So if I do this, surface equal to unpaved, all these roads you see will have the unpaved tag applied. And this is very useful and important because I can modify several OSM objects just in one run, because I selected everything that I wanted to validate and I validated. So in JOSM, to upload a change set, I will just click on the arrow pointing up here. And you see here, we also have the comment with the hashtags and the sentence describing what I did. Unfortunately, it should be very small to see in your screen because in mine is small as well, but it's the same as before in ID editor. So we'll just click upload changes, and these objects will be uploaded. For our session today, it's not important to map roads. I just wanted to show you some functionalities of JOSM. But once we finished to upload the data from JOSM, we also have, as we were doing before, to say the status of the task. So in this case, the task is completely mapped because all the villages and barriers were mapped in this task, and actually there was nothing to map, so that is completely mapped. And I just click submit task as I did before. So this was the procedure to map from JOSM. Let me just come back to the chat. Okay, no questions so far. Ashal, was it fine? I just switched to JOSM. I don't know, like what are you using more, like ID editor or JOSM? Oop. Seems I lost Ashal. Anyway, yes,
Sorry,
I saw you.
I have bad
Yes,
connection.
I saw you. I see you.
It was fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. I don't know if you have any questions so far regarding what we did today. It was like very basic. Also tried to go very slow. Um, we can continue with some mapping, or if you have any questions. and then we can close the session. Okay, so we have a question from Prativa Tapa, like, can you give some idea of waterways? So we don't have waterways in this specific project, but they are very similar to be mapped as roads. So maybe I can do some example on JOSM. Just thinking, because we used to have one project with FAO about mapping waterways for agriculture, but that project is finished, so all the waterways are already mapped. Probably in the future we are going to open another one, but it's still not sure. So for the time being, I can just show you very quickly how to do it on JOSM, despite we don't really have an example of waterways here. Okay, can you see, like, with in one task, the task is here and the very west of the area. We do have this area that seems to be like a kind of wet area. So you see, probably here we should have not a river. It's like a very like flood prone area, because you see the river is here. So if we zoom out a lot, we can clearly see where the areas are like flat and we'll have wetlands. So we can zoom in here. So we found a waterway. We don't have to map waterways in this project, as you know, but I want just to see how we could map it. Okay, so this is the Chabelle River. So what I'm not downloading the data because I just want to show you how to map the river. So once we map rivers, what we have to do is to, as we were doing for the roads, we just put vertices to map the river. So in this case, we tried to be in the middle of in the deepest part of the river bed. So we are just drawing the line in the middle of the water. That supposedly is the deepest part of the river. So you see, like in this way, the geometry of a river, and I will have to add the tags. So in this case, the tag to be applied here is waterway equal to river. And you see the river will be this blue line. So if we want to add the name of the river, so the name usually gets visualized on the map. So we should add it only if we know what river is it. So when you are mapping in our projects, please do not add any name, because you don't know like how things are named on the field. In this case, I know the river is the Chebel River, so I can put Chebel here to put the name on the river. If you know a river in your place that is a map, the name, you can add the tag name equal to the name of the river. Then if we zoom in a little bit here, we can see there is like this small stripe. So this line is actually a stream because it's going in this wet area. So supposedly this is like all marsh. It's like area with that is wet and with herbaceous plant. So once we go here, we want to go here. So the line is starting from the river, and the water is flowing in this direction. So I will click in the middle of the river, as we were doing with the roads. It's very important to keep in mind the topology. And we click to create the another line that is starting from the river. So the same as we did for the road. So you see, you have a line that is starting from another river. So there is no river that is lying without any connection. Actually, I think the direction here is from here to the river. So that is depending on the elevation of the place. But yes, I think it's draining from here to the river. So the line, we can change the direction on JOSM by selecting the line and then press R. So the R shortcut to change the direction. So you see the arrow is pointing towards the river right now. And we can map this feature by adding the tag waterway equal to stream. So this is a stream. Sorry. This is a stream that is going from the farmlands to the river. It's a stream because it's like a natural stream. You see, it's the course of the river is natural because it's all full of bumps. So that is a natural river. I don't know if in this area we can see some canals. For example, this one you see, it's more like a canal or a ditch because the geometry is like very, very linear. So you see, we compared to this one is like full of bumps here and there. So it's a natural stream. In this one is more like a canal or a ditch. So we can map it the same direction as we did for the stream. And we can put it waterway equal to ditch, ditch or drain. I mean, there are many tags here. Ditch is the good one because the canals are usually much broader than this, like they are bigger. So usually we should map them as canals only if there is like a big width here. While here it's very narrow, so we will stick to the ditch. Ditch is the tag to be put in this situation. I hope this was well, here in this case I can say that I added some waterways because this is what I did. I will upload the changes. And this was about waterways. So okay, I see some questions. Unfortunately, I have another meeting in 1 minute, so we'll try to close as soon as possible. So to define the flow of the water, that is usually the question. It's difficult to understand from satellite imagery, of course. You can activate another layer on JOSM called well, there are a couple of layers like open topo map, for example, or also open cycle map. So those are additional layers that sometimes you can visualize also the isolines. So how it is the slope of the territory so that you can understand where water is going from a higher place to a lower place. So that is one option. I can show next time how to do it. And the other is to look at the topography of the landscape. So you see the imagery, and if you see a river that is going to the sea, most probably all the waterways connecting to the river are then flowing towards the sea. So that is like the general rule. Like if you can see like a bigger pool of water, like a lake or a sea, usually water is flowing from the river to that place. So all the streams, canals, everything is going to the river, and then the water is flowing later on to the sea. So that is like the main suggestion that I can give, like without knowing the particular context. When is multi-polygon used in JOSM by Sadiksha? So multi-polygons are used when you are mapping things that have like polygons inside other polygons. So that is the multi-polygon relation. So in a case, for example, we have an house, and the house has like an internal courtyard. So in that case, you have to use multi-polygon because you cannot map the courtyard. I mean, you have to say that the building is actually a crown shape. So it's not like a courtyard overlapping a building, but you have to have the courtyard that is a thing per se, like you don't have like this overlay. I need to go. I will share with you later on the registration, and we can deal with these topics later on in another session. Thank you very much for the participation. They are calling me from another meeting, so have a nice one.